So what we are going to do is we are going to listen to this story, Julius, the Baby of the World, by Kevin Hankes. So there's only one name, so that means Kevin Hankes is the author and the illustrator. Do you remember what the author does? No? All right, get your mirrors ready. Get your mirrors ready. Say mirror words.
Mirror.
The author
The actor.
writes the words.
Race the words.
The author,
The actor.
I don't hear both of you, writes the words.
Writes the words.
The illustrator, I need to see both of you. The illustrator draws the pictures.
Draws the pictures.
The author
The actor.
writes the words.
Writes the words.
The illustrator
The illustrator.
draws the pictures.
Draws the pictures.
Mirrors away. Good. So we just said it. What does the author do? Sinai. Hold on. Let's ask Sinai. Sinai, what does the author do?
Erase.
Writes the words. Sayer, what does the illustrator do?
Erase the words.
That's the author writes the words. The illustrator draws
Writes the words.
draws the pictures. Sayer, say the illustrator
The illustrator
draws the pictures.
draws the pictures.
The author
The author
writes the words.
writes the words.
Good job. All right, so our story, Julius, the Baby of the World, Kevin Hankes is the author and the illustrator. Okay? All right, so can you please mute right now? Sayer and Sinai, please mute. Never mind, I got it for you. All right, so we are going to be reading this, and I want you to think about the 5-finger retell. We've been working on this all week long. The 5 fingers. We have the setting for our thumb. That's where the story takes place. The problem, the events that happen, and the solution. We're working on the 5-finger retell because this week we are going to compare and contrast books, same author. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing so you can see my book. Julius, the Baby of the World. Great. Before Julius was born, Lily was the best big sister in the world. She gave him things, she told him secrets, and she sang lullabies to him every night. Remember, we're thinking about our 5-finger retell. After Julius was born, it was a different story. Lily took her things back. She pinched his tail, and she yelled insulting comments into his crib. I am the queen, said Lily, and I hate Julius. Ooh, not nice. But her parents loved him. They kissed his wet pink nose, admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. Lily thought his wet pink nose was slimy. She thought his small black eyes were beady. And she thought his sweet white fur was not so sweet. When he needed his diaper changed. Julius is the baby of the world, chimed Lily's parents. Disgusting, said Lily. Show me with your thumbs. Does Lily like her brother?
Yep.
No, she thinks he's disgusting. All right. Lily had to share her room with Julius. After Julius goes away, do I get my room back? She asked. Julius isn't going anywhere, said Lily's mother, and he didn't. He stayed and stayed. Lily was supposed to be very quiet while Julius slept. After Julius goes away, can I talk like a normal person again? She shouted. Julius isn't going anywhere, said Lily's father, and he didn't. He stayed and stayed. Oh. So I'm thinking of the five-finger retell, and I can tell where the setting is. Where is the story happening? Think about it in your brain. Who are the characters being met so far? And think about the problem. What is wrong? What's the problem? What's the trouble that Lily is having? We want Julius to grow up to be as extraordinary as you, said Lily's mother. So we must tell him constantly how beautiful he is and how much we love him. When no one was looking, Lily had her own ideas. I don't like you. You're ugly. Whoa, not cool at all. We want Julius to grow up to be as clever as you, said Lily's father. So we must sing him his numbers and letters whenever possible. When no one was looking, Lily had her own idea. 381596 AJKZBSCH. I don't think that's right. No, that's not right, is it? Lily's parents were more than a bit doubtful about leaving the two of them together. Lily tried to frighten Julius with her nifty disguises. Boo! She learned magic and tried to make him disappear. When that didn't work, she simply pretended that he didn't exist. Baby? What baby? I don't hear anything. Lily spent more time than usual in the uncooperative chair. So her uncooperative chair is like a timeout chair. Did you ever spend some time in timeout? I did when I was little. Lily is too. Lily's parents showered her with hugs and kisses and treats of all shapes and sizes. They even let her stay up 15 minutes later every night. It didn't matter. Nothing worked. What are they trying to solve? What's the problem? Think about it. What's the problem Lily is having? Think about how she's acting towards her brother. But her parents loved him. I need my friends to stay focused and stay still, please. They kissed his wet pink nose. They admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. Julius is the baby of the world, chimed Lily's parents. Disgusting, said Lily. Lily's parents were amused when Julius blew bubble. Can you believe it? They exclaimed. But if Lily did the exact same thing, they said, Lily, let's mind our manners, please. Lily's parents were dazzled when Julius babbled and gurgled. Ga 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 moo da da. But if Lily did the exact same thing, they said, Lily, act your age, please. Lily's parents were amazed when Julius screamed, "What lung capacity!" they exclaimed. But if Lily did the exact same thing, they said, Lily, let's restrain ourselves, please. Show me with your thumbs. Do your grown-ups like it when you scream in the house? Yeah, thought so. One morning, while Lily was busy playing opera, her mother said, why don't you put some of that verbal exuberance to good use? Why don't you tell Julius a nice story? He's too little to understand a story, said Lily. He can understand it in his own way, said Lily's mother. Okay, said Lily, smiling. I think she might be up to no good. Let's see what her story is. Julius, the germ of the world. By me, said Lily. Once upon a time, said Lily, there was a baby. His name was Julius. Julius was really a germ. Julius was like dust under your bed. If he was a number, he would be 0. If he was a food, he would be a raisin. 0 is nothing. Raisin tastes like dirt. The end, said Lily. That story earned her 10 minutes in the uncooperative chair. Is that a nice story or a mean story? Show me with your thumb. You're not sure? Is calling somebody a germ nice? Or does that mean, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Lily warned her friends Chester and Wilson and Victor about babies. Trust me, they're dreadful, she said. She warned strangers about babies too. You will live to regret that bump under your dress, she said. Say, Aronson, I need you to stay focused. Lily ran away 7 times in one morning. I'm really leaving this time, she called. Who knows where they'll find me? The same afternoon, Lily had a tea party and everyone came. Everyone but Julius. His invitation must have been lost in the mail, she said. Lily had glorious dreams about Julius. Oh no, she wants Julius to be eaten by a cat? Not nice. And ghastly nightmares too. Oh no, giant Julius is getting her. Lily's parents showered her with compliments and praise, and niceties of all shapes and sizes. They even let her drink her juice out of an antique china cup. It didn't matter. Nothing worked. I am the queen, said Lily, and I hate Julius. But her parents loved him. They kissed his wet pink nose. They admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. Julius is the baby of the world, chimed Lily's parents. Disgusting, said Lily. We haven't learned how they're solving this problem yet. When Lily's mother fell up to it, she planned a festive celebration in honor of Julius. All the relatives came. There was quite a spread. What's the big deal, said Lily. Haven't they all seen a silly lump before? Apparently not. All afternoon, the relatives hovered over Julius. They kissed his wet pink nose. They admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. Disgusting, said Cousin Garland. What? Said Lily. Julius, said Cousin Garland. I think his wet pink nose is slimy. I think his small black eyes are beady. And I think his sweet white fur is not so sweet. He needs his diaper changed. Lily's nose twitched. Her eyes narrowed. Her fur stood on end. Her tail quivered. Look. How do you think she's feeling right now? Do you think she looks happy?
Yes.
You think is this a happy face?
No.
Let's see, what feeling do you think that is? Yahtzee?
A mad face.
What?
A mad face.
A mad face. So you think she's mad at Cousin Gerald, huh? Let's see if you're right. Put that away, please. You're talking about my brother, said Lily. And for your information, his nose is shiny, his eyes are sparkly, and his fur smells like perfume. Cousin Garland was speechless. He can blow bubbles, continued Lily. He can babble and gurgle, and he can scream better than anyone. Oh, she's saying nice things about him. That's new. Cousin Garland tried to slink out of the room. Stop, said Lily. I am the queen. Watch me closely. Oh. So before, she didn't like Julius. She was being mean to him, but now she's saying nice things. I wonder. Lily picked up Julius. She kissed his wet pink nose. She admired his small black eyes, and she stroked his sweet white fur. Your turn, said Lily, handing Julius over to Cousin Garland. Kiss, admire, stroke, she demanded. Now repeat after me, said Lily. Julius is the baby of the world. Julius is the baby of the world, said Cousin Garland. Louder, said Lily. Julius is the baby of the world. And from then on, he was, in everyone's opinion, especially in Lily's. All right. So now let's think about our 5-finger retell. I'm going to share my screen right here. All right. And so what we're going to do is when you know the answer, I want you to raise your hand. And when I call on you, I need you to unmute. Okay? So we're going to think about Julius, baby of the world. Who is the main character? Who is the main character in every part? Remember, this is the person on every page. Sinai? Go ahead and unmute. No? Who's the main character?
I did.
Sinai, go ahead. Who's the main character? Who is the main character? Yahtzee, do you know?
Julius, the baby of the world.
Was he the main character?
I don't know.
He was one of the main characters. I'm going to put him down here.
Yeah.
Julius. Who's this one? Do you remember her name?
No.
Sinai, do you remember her name?
Nope. Nope.
Lily. Remember the sister's name was Lily.
Really?
Lily.
Lily. All right, what about the setting? The setting is where the story takes place.
The seven.
Right, so
The
keep it muted until I call on you, please. So where is this story taking place? Where are they? Zaire, where is all this happening?
He said, "Where are he?" Come on.
Where are they?
In the living room.
In the living room. So they're inside their
Living room.
living room or their house, right? Because sometimes it's in the bedroom, sometimes it's in the kitchen. So good job. In the house. In the house. All right. What was the problem? Think about it. Now the problem is the trouble the main character is having. So what trouble did Lily have in this book? Yancy?
That she was dreaming about that like the cat was trying to get Julius.
You're right. So how did she feel about Julius?
Bad?
Bad? Can you think of another word to describe that? Lily felt bad about Julius?
Frustrated.
Wow, that is a really good word. Yeah, so Lily was frustrated. So did she like Julius?
No.
No. So Lily was frustrated and didn't like Julius. All right. So at the end, we know the problem. All throughout the book, she didn't like Julius. She thought he was disgusting and his nose was slimy. And she tried to scare him and she was mean. In the end, did she like Julius at the end?
Yeah.
Shania, please stop playing with that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did she solve that problem? What changed? What made Lily like Julius?
Because her friend told her the truth.
What do you mean by that? Shania, do you know why all of a sudden Lily liked Julius?
Sorry, get the cord.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Was somebody else being mean to Julius?
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember this girl right here? So Sanai, please sit down, hon.
No.
Yeah, so her cousin was being mean to Julius. Being mean to Julius. Did Lily like that? No, Lily did not like that. Zaire, you have to stay in one spot, honey. Find a quiet spot and stay there. Thank you. All right, so the solution. So the problem was Lily was frustrated and didn't like Julius. How did they solve it? Lily stuck up for Julius when someone was mean to him. Right? She didn't like it when someone else was mean to him. So she stuck up for her brother and then realized he was a pretty cool kid. Right. So this other column over here is going to be for another book we read tomorrow. So we're going to be comparing and contrasting. So comparing means to see what's the same between the books. And contrasting means to see what's different between the books. So today, this is the start. Tomorrow, we're going to fill in this side with our other book. Okay? So make sure tomorrow you're checking. If you're not in class, you're When you're not in class, listen to the story and watch us fill it in and talk to your grown-ups about what's the same and what's different. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you know what to do. Yahtzee, can I see your thumb? All right. So today we read this. Tomorrow we're reading another book by Kevin Henkes. And we're going to compare, see what's the same, and contrast, see what's different. All right. Well, I hope to see you in math in a little bit. All right. Sure, you show up for math, ready to go. Nice, quiet spot, okay?
Don't forget quiet little mouse in a quiet little house. Peekaboo.
Okie dokie. All right.
I can say something. We can say something.
Say bye.